Hi everyone and welcome to the Toon review. Like I said in the quick video last time, this is going to be a video based on my thoughts about Rafa leaving and the state of the club at the minute. Now, as people who follow me are aware on Twitter, I gave my season ticket up a couple of years back, basically because of my illness, that I couldn't go to the games anymore, and also that I was just becoming disillusioned with Mike Ashley. Disillusioned with where the club was going, ambition to win things, etc, etc. So it was a little bit of, well, heartbreak for me to not go to the matches anymore, but luckily I can still watch every game and obviously comment on them. But yesterday's news absolutely destroyed me, like it destroyed thousands of other Newcastle fans. Rafa leaving the club and the way it was handled. You know, there's reports that Rafa didn't even know, the players didn't even know. Rafa was hoping to maybe have one last gasp at the talks to see if they could get anybody, anything agreed and moving forward. But Newcastle released a statement that obviously he was to leave when his contract ends on Sunday, which is massive, massive, massive dark day for Newcastle. Personally, I'm devastated, you know, not just for Rafa as a manager, Rafa as a person and what he did for the city and what he did for the charities. He was just loved by everybody. And when you get that kind of man in charge at your club, any kind of decent owner would just be absolutely thrilled to have somebody like Rafa at the club. And quite frankly, Mike Ashley is not one of them people, is he? You know, we've seen time and time again, Rafa promised this, Rafa promised that, and nothing came to fruition. There is reports that he was told that he would get 50 million or something like that, plus player sales would all go to him. Now, how many times has he been told that over the 3 years he's been with us? Practically every year. Whatever you sell, you can keep. Mike Ashley is a liar. You know, it's been proven in court that he's a liar. It's been proven time and time again that this man is just a money man. He just wants money. He just wants advertising for his companies. He has no interest in Newcastle United at all. And that is the main point here. You know, we hear about owners coming into different clubs and having to go through Premier League checks and everything like that. That's fair enough. But what about these owners that are destroying clubs? It's happening at Charlton Athletic. It happened at Leeds not long ago. It's happened with us over the last God knows how many years. Mike Ashley has just been a cancer at this club that is just getting worse and worse and worse. And the Premier League is sitting back doing nothing about it. So why can't they intervene if they do checks before they come in? Why can't they keep an eye on how the club is being run? Mike Ashley is destroying the city. He's turning fans against each other, which should never happen, but it is. Some fans want to renew season tickets, some don't. Now, for me, if you want to resume, you know, get your season ticket back, fine, no problem at all. I'm not going to have a go at you for it. But after Rafa left yesterday, I did put on Twitter that I was fed up. And I think everybody needs to vote with their feet now. It's all right having these peaceful protests and things like that, but it's been proved that Mike actually just doesn't give a shit about that. He doesn't give a shit about anything that us fans do. You know, when he gave the V's after that pizza meeting, you know, when he sat in the ground when they were singing about him and he just smirked. That's the kind of man this is that we're dealing with here. And for me, the only way we're going to get rid of him is by voting with our feet and just not going to the games. Now, I know it's heartbreaking for people not to go to games. But for this little while, to get this man out of the club, everything will be worth it. And I think quite a few people realise that. Certainly on Twitter, there's a lot of fans saying they're not going back. It'll be interesting to see come the kick-off in August, when we take on Arsenal, how full that ground is. But for me, losing Rafa is heartbreaking. So many fans on Twitter yesterday just devastated. What does get me, though, is these southern media idiots. Like, I was driving in the car last night listening to Talk Sport for me sins, and Dean Ashton was in the studio saying, "Oh, what's Rafa done? Why is he held as a god with the fans?" and all this absolute bullshit. And it's people because they don't understand the club, they don't understand the city, they don't understand the fans, they don't understand anything about Newcastle United. You know, it is our religion up here. And, you know, yeah, a lot of people will say, oh, we do understand the fans' passion, but why hold him as a god? You know, it's not like we held him as a god. It was because of the way he conducted himself, the way he stuck by us when we went down. You know, the stuff he did away from the football field. All that kind of thing comes into account when you think of a manager and what he does for your club, not just on the pitch. Did he make mistakes? Of course he did. You know, you can count back to the times where you think, oh, Rafa could have done that, Rafa could have done that. But at the end of the day, everyone makes mistakes. But one thing he did do was he kept that club stable and afloat in the Premier League once we got back up, and it was fantastic. You know, I just can't get why these people like Dennis Wise, well, I can't understand him, the little shit. You know, Dean Ashton, some members of Talk Sport, or people that don't live in this area have no idea how we feel and how we can grow to love someone like Rafa because of what he does for the club on and off the pitch and what he does for the city. He united the city. And now we've got fans turning against each other. We've got fans arguing over Ashley or what to do as a protest. It is a massive, massive mess and so disappointing. But, you know, is this takeover going to happen? Who the hell knows? There's so many false reports coming on saying, oh, you know, we've got this from the Saudis, we've got this, or Peter Kenyon's coming in, or, you know, there's so much crap going around at the minute. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to believe a single thing until an actual official announcement, you know, saying the club has been sold. And that parasite, fat cockney bastard has left the club, because I wanted to actually renew my season, go back this year. You know, had Rafa stayed, I was actually going to go back. Now my health's improved, etc. It was, for me, it was something just to forget about all the, you know, forget about the illness, etc., and sit with my mates and have a good laugh at the football. I miss that. But now, after yesterday, you know, no chance. Until he has gone, then there's just no chance. And that's, I think, a lot of fans' views on it. It may not be yours, but I'd love to know what you guys actually think, you know, or whether you're renewing or whether you're not renewing. So if you've got time, comment below. Just tell us what you think, or who you think the manager's going to be that's coming in. If you think, you know, there's been some crazy things on Twitter today saying that, you know, if the takeover happens with the Saudis, they're going to bring Rafa back. There's all sorts of crap flying about. But like I say, I'm not going to believe anything until a takeover is actually officially announced. But it'll be interesting to see what you guys think. I know a lot of you respond to Twitter and things like that, but if you can put them in the comments here, that would be fantastic. There is going to be regular videos now coming out. Like I said in my last video, some days my speech is a bit funny with the Parkinson's illness, but like I say, I'll be bringing them out as regular as I possibly can. Certainly for the new season, for, you know, previews and match reports and things like that. And certainly players coming in, players going out, managers coming in, see things like that, just to, you know, bring this channel back up again. So it'd be fantastic if you could subscribe, hit the notification bell, so when I do upload, you'll be first to know. And thank you everyone for the support. Certainly on Twitter, from a lot of my followers have wished me well and things like that. I really do appreciate it. Now it's time to get my head down again and grow this channel into what I wanted when I first started it a few years back. But thanks for watching. Leave a comment. I'd love to know who you think is going to be the next manager as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.